I expect a good, clean fight out of both of you. You understand? Pay close attention to my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Touch him up, wait for the bell. All right?
Bernardo Osuna alongside Hall of Famer Andre Ward, and this is going to be a scrap. It's going to be Joseph Adorno, 14-0-1. All the issues he's had with weights, with fights being canceled. And Jamaine Ortiz, the technician, at 14-0 with 8 knockouts of Puerto Rican and Dominican descent. This is the type of test that Adorno needed after the Alexis Del Bosque fight fell through in June of last year when he missed weight and then fainted, trying to make the agreed-upon 142 weight for the next day. And then Avery Sparrow just never showed up on fight week in October. So it's been 15 months off for Joseph Adorno.
Yeah, this is as even of a matchup as you can have, especially for young rising fighters. You typically don't see these kind of fighters facing each other at this stage in their career. But here we are, and this is going to be a good one.
See the quick hands of Jamaine Ortiz. You got Dre oohing and ahhing.
No, that wasn't me. That was somebody sitting next to me.
I was like, wait a second. That's rare. That's why I was like, wait a second.
You see Adorno landing the heavier shots. He's the heavier puncher.
Come on, get your
And
punches
Ortiz is a flashier puncher. He'll land maybe more frequently, but they won't have as much pop on him. The beauty of boxing, no. Different styles, contrastive styles. Is your style better than mine? Can I impose my style upon yours?
So far, in terms of punch output, Jamaine Ortiz is out-throwing Joseph Adorno, but the harder shots are being landed by Adorno, so it really matters what do the judges appreciate more. The man who's coming forward and putting the work in, or the efficiency of Joseph Adorno so far. Adorno landing a nice double left hook to the body, but he gets clipped with the left hook to the head.
Punches up, keep your punches up.
Both guys are learning early on that when they throw, there's always something coming back. Quality opponent in front of you who doesn't know how to lose as of yet. Good speed there from Ortiz, and then the digging body shot from Adorno, who takes a nice right uppercut from Jamaine Ortiz. Things heating up early, and the fans are sensing something special. Nice left hook from Ortiz, and a warning for low blow there from referee. All right, we have a fight. Let's listen in to Adorno's corner. Don't get frustrated, son. Come on. Come on, you got to keep your guard closed. And then let your shots go. Land those big shots. Take some water. How do you feel? You're good? Take a deep breath. All right, so Jamaine Ortiz came into this fight trying to protect his undefeated record. And Dre, this is how he's trying to do it.
Ortiz wasted no time. He pressed the issue. You see Adorno landing a heavy left, but then Ortiz typically started the combinations and finished the combinations like this. Straight shots. He threw several big uppercuts. Didn't really hurt Adorno, but it definitely got his attention. And it lined Adorno up for another big shot toward the end of the round. Excuse me.
Is it lack of sugar?
Nah, my sugar's good.
Let me throw you a candy bar.
I need to get some caffeine.
Bernardo Osuna alongside Andre Ward. Oh, nice left hook there. Check hook from Adorno as Ortiz lunged in. Maybe overcommitted a little bit.
And Adorno, the last time we saw him, it was a draw against Hector Garcia. That's the last time. The shot right there.
from Adorno, and Ortiz gets shaken up here early in round 2.
That's what Adorno's been waiting on right there to land that one big shot.
Let's go.
He had been going with the left to the body, but now he's landing it on the chin, and he's checking Ortiz's chin.
See how the young fighter Ortiz responds.
Ortiz lands, now he's bleeding from the nose is Ortiz, and he lands a nice right hand straight to the face of Adorno. This is turning into a firefight, and the fans are loving it here in Kissimmee, Florida. What's it like to taste your own blood, Dre? Because that's what Ortiz is doing right now.
It's either going to spook a fighter and they're going to panic, or it's going to make them angry. Now Ortiz is doing the right thing. He's taking his time, and he's getting his head back and getting his legs under him. When you get hit, you get embarrassed, especially when it's noticeable, and you typically want to get it right back. But the veteran move is to take your time and understand I still got time and I still have rounds. Good move right now from Ortiz.
A lot at stake for Joseph Adorno after missing weight really for his last 2 fights that he made. Oh, and down goes Ortiz with a left hook.
4, 5, 6, 7. You okay? 8. All right.
Seemed like a grazing shot, but it counted as a knockdown here in round number 2. Ortiz has been bloodied, he's been hurt, and now he's been dropped.
Bad mistake. Ortiz goes back to the rope, lifts his head, and tries to exchange with a bigger puncher in Adorno. That's a mistake when you're hurt.
8 knockouts in 14 professional fights for Jamaine Ortiz, 12 knockouts in 15 professional fights for Joseph Adorno. 1 draw, 14 of those were victories. And now he's just stalking. He's waiting to set up a shot, and he sticks that jab out there. Ortiz trying to earn the respect of Joseph Adorno, who already saw his brother Jeremy win a majority decision on this fight card. Big second round for Joseph Adorno.
It looked like a grazing shot from Adorno. Ortiz is over anxious like he's been the whole fight, and that doesn't seem like much, but it hits you behind the ear, sort of on the ear, and what that does is take away your leg. That's why you see the legs of Ortiz just go out from under him, and it's almost like you look up and you try to figure out, how did I get here? It's that kind of shot.
Let's go.
Behind the ear, almost the back of the head from Joseph Adorno, but it was such a quick grazing shot. It ends up being a 10-8 round in favor of Joseph Adorno. On Autism Awareness Week, he's fighting in honor of his 7-year-old brother, Gerald, who has autism. They try to get him to box a little bit. He says he's got no interest in boxing. It's probably a good thing, because he's already got 2 other brothers who fight. So the 3 fighting Adorno brothers and his father, Anibal, who was a former amateur fighter. And there is Jeremy, who came away with a majority decision win. Should have been unanimous, to be honest, but he put on a solid performance against Ramiro Martinez in a very competitive fight.
That punch right there that Ortiz just landed is the punch that he needs to get his head fully clear and get himself back into that fight, and that's his lead hand, the closest hand to Adorno, and that's the jab. He's got to use that more often.
He's got the quicker hands. He calls himself the technician, so he's got to revert back to doing what he does best, throwing flurries of punches, but not leaving himself open to that right uppercut now that Adorno was able to land.
Well, he's making the same mistake, which is he's leaning over his feet because he gets over anxious, and Adorno is very seasoned, so he's already timed that, and he's just waiting for Ortiz to reach, and Adorno teaches with an uppercut counter or a right hand counter.
Keep it up. Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Adorno's not trying to win punch for punch. He's looking for a knockout.
I think he feels like he needs a knockout after that lackluster draw and then all the outside of the ring situations he's had to deal with. He understands that his career as a top-ranked prospect is on the line, and here comes Jamaine Ortiz pouring it on As now, it's Joseph Adorno who gets caught against the ropes.
That looks good, Bernardo, but Ortiz is giving up just a lot of extra energy, and he's leaning over his feet, and Adorno staying calm, and he's just kind of looking for a shot. So it looks like a good sequence, but maybe not as good as it may look on the surface.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
So you tell me not everything that shines is gold, Dre?
Not everything that glistens is gold.
Nice 1-2.
Now that was a patient jab right hand. Another patient combination right there from Ortiz.
Now he's putting his punches together, making Adorno move around the ring. Expend some energy himself. Ooh, that was on the belt line, but a nice left hook from Adorno. And now gets caught with the right hand over the ear and a right hand to the body.
Two thudding shots on the top of the head of Ortiz from Adorno.
We know that Adorno has a heavier hand, so Jamaine Ortiz has some work to do. A long time with not a lot of ring action, so at some point, he even hopes to get some rounds. We don't know if tonight is that night against Damon Nicholson. That'll be at 10 Eastern on ESPN once we finish up here on ESPN Plus with the undercard fights. It'll be Joe Tess on the call, Mark Kriegel, Tim Bradley, Andre Ward, and yours truly, Bernardo Osuna, for what should be an explosive night of action from Kissimmee, Florida. And right now we've got Joseph Adorno in the black trunks trimmed in white, taking on Jamaine Ortiz with white trunks trimmed in red. Nice combination upstairs and downstairs from Adorno, and then that head movement, and uses his legs to get out of the way of those quick punches from Ortiz. Oh, nice exchange there. But Adorno always gets the better of the power shots as here comes Ortiz with the flurries. Shoe shining, but he's got to take a big shot to shoe shine.
Yeah, Ortiz had a good sequence right there. He should step back, regroup. He piled up a bunch of points. He landed some good shots. Don't let Adorno come back and steal the play with 3 or 4 big shots. This is where the corner comes in, where you got to sort of talk your fighter through even in real time. This is what you do, son. Stay relaxed. You landed good. Go back to the center of the ring.
Oh, nice.
And the fighter should understand those cues.
Nice left hook there from Jamaine Ortiz. And this is where the bubble really helped a lot of fighters, Dre, because they could clearly hear their corners and you could coach while they were fighting. And here, you've got a crowd that is not at full, it's at capacity of what we're allowed to have, but they're extremely loud.
Yeah, but I can't explain it, but a fighter should always be able to hear his coach. That his voice should be loud enough where if you hear no one else in the arena, you hear that coach.
I know Virgil had a soft voice, but you were dialed into that frequency.
Yeah, my wife would say, how do you hear him? He's always whispering. I don't know. I would always hear what I needed to hear when I needed to hear.
Oh, nice left hook to the body.
That was heavy. That was heavy. Good response from Ortiz.
You see Ortiz becoming a bloody mess here in round 4 of a scheduled 8-rounder. It's coming from the nose. Another left hook downstairs from Adorno, trying to wear down his fellow 14-0 fighter. This was a round where both showed the best that they've got in their arsenal. The speed of Ortiz and the power of Adorno as the bell and the referee, Emil Lombardi, finally separate these two from this battle.
You gotta be first. Be first, and after you punch, hands up. If you touch me first, you come back.
All right, Jamaine Ortiz had some success, Andre, and it was predicated on one thing. Explain what it was.
Yeah, Ortiz had some bad moments, but he had a lot of good moments where he didn't lean over his feet. And he just let the punches go. Nice rollout right there. He caught a shot, but he landed his own left hook. His shot was heavier than the one that Adorno hit him with. And he controlled that last round. He's leaning over his feet a little bit, but he just kept throwing, and Adorno was not willing to meet Ortiz punch for punch. He outworked Adorno, and I'm of the belief that he buzzed Adorno a couple times with those uppercuts because they landed flush.
Second down, clean that corner up.
Good round for Ortiz.
Let's go. Let's go.
Aníbal Ortiz, who is Joseph Adorno's father and his trainer, was very animated over there in that blue corner. He sees exactly what you see.
I mean, Adorno just has no room for error in this fight, coming off the last draw that he had, which you don't typically see in a young fighter's career on the way up, and then all the postponements, and now here he is again in another tough fight that he very well may be losing.
Close rounds. Could very easily be 3-1 for Ortiz, or it could be 2-2. You never know what the judges appreciate most.
The knockdown is definitely going to help Adorno as well.
That could be the difference right now.
Respect to Ortiz thus far, no shortage of heart. Making some technical mistakes, but that intangible that you need, toughness and heart and grit, he has that.
No, let go. Don't push down the head, okay? Let's go. Keep it clean. Box.
Adorno against the ropes, and Ortiz putting in some work here. Nice double uppercut from Ortiz. He's just imposing his will at this point in round number 5. There's another left hook from Ortiz. Ooh, double left hook, the Tito Trinidad combination. Left hook to the body and then upstairs. Low blow from Adorno, and here comes Ortiz.
Ortiz wants to fight fire with fire. Let's see if that ends up being a mistake, or if he feels that Adorno is draining and it's the right time to step to him.
Adorno has had problems making weight before, but for this fight, it was Jamaine Ortiz who was overweight. You see Ortiz, who's been bleeding from the mouth. Now it's more profuse, and he spit out his own blood because he was swallowing it. That's a situation that can't be fun when you're in the ring, swallowing your own blood, having difficulties breathing. Fighting with his mouth open, that's always a dangerous proposition. He has no choice, though. Oh, nice right hand from Ortiz! Adorno takes it and then comes forward.
Beautiful roll counter from Ortiz. He timed Adorno and made him pay for reaching.
Another big round for Jamaine Ortiz here against Joseph Adorno. And here is Bob Arum tonight, as is per usual, ringside, checking out the young prospects, and that's something that every promoter should do. Andre and Bob does it better than anybody, is watch every one of his prospects every step of the way.
It's a beautiful thing to see. Some would say, you've been in the business so long, what are you doing here this early? And I appreciate the fact that he still loves the sport and cares about his fighters enough to watch their development early on.
Ooh, nice 1-2 combination from Ortiz.
Not liking the body language from Adorno.
Maybe didn't expect Ortiz to come in here and bring the fight to him, because he was getting and landing the harder punches early on. And once that blood started to sprout from his nose, you said it, Dre, there's two ways he can react, and he chose to become the aggressor and wake up.
Yeah, sometimes you just feel a certain way about somebody bloody in your nose. I don't care if it's boxing. That's not supposed to happen. And that's the response that Ortiz has had. But
oh, now fighting off the ropes and slipping and catching Adorno coming in.
Talked about Adorno having more power, but Ortiz, he's lining some shots up himself, and Adorno's not responding with that fire, that passion that you want to see from a fighter, a Puerto Rican fighter, especially with all these Puerto Rican fans here. That's very concerning, and he better be careful. And I'm talking about Adorno, that he doesn't get lined up for a big shot because he can get knocked out as well. Ortiz may not be the biggest puncher, but if you throw enough, you're going to land a shot in the right spot. One fighter seems to want it more than the other, and that fighter is Ortiz.
Jamaine Ortiz fighting like his future depends on it. He knows what getting to 15-0 against Joseph Adorno would mean for his career. It would mean respect, it would mean opportunities. It would mean that he could supplant Adorno in the top-ranked stable with an opportunity to keep moving forward. Nice 1-2 once again from Ortiz. 6 rounds in, and Ortiz continues to prove that technique can handle brawn when used properly. All right, let's listen in to Jamaine Ortiz's corner with Isaac Gonzalez. Isaac Gonzalez letting Jamaine Ortiz know that he feels that Joseph Adorno is getting tired. Andre, when a guy has had issues making weight over time, this is where that question really gets asked the last 2 rounds of a fight.
Yeah, and I'm not, again, the body language of Adorno is concerning. I mean, even when the bell rings, his father is trying to get in his face and get in the ring, and Adorno's sort of walking around, looking outside the ring. He's not all the way here tonight. You're going to face adversity in a boxing ring. Things are not always going to go your way, but it's how you respond. That's what championship level heart and mindset is all about. And the fact that he's coming off a draw and a long layoff, and this is his response to adversity, this is not good at all.
Now, earlier on, he was watching his brother Jeremy Adorno take on Ramiro Martinez. He was quiet, stoic, and he liked what he saw from Jeremy. Not the same can be said of what we're seeing with Jeremy, the concern in his eyes, the body language, everything you're seeing, it seems that Jeremy's observing as well and feeling.
It looks like Adorno's conceding, and that's what's the problem. If you fight your heart out and come up short, respect to you. But when you're picking and poking like this, when you know you're either behind or it's very, very close, that doesn't spell championship heart and aspiration to me.
How bad do you want it? That is the only question that needs to be answered right now by Joseph Adorno. Oh, nice left hook. Hurts his opponent Ortiz as he's hanging on the ropes. And it's going to be considered a knockdown.
As it should be.
6, 7, you all right? 8, you ready to continue? All right, show me something. Let's go.
That is the question we were asking, and this is what Joseph Adorno is trying to answer here in the 7th round.
Step back,
He's got to be careful not to punch himself out, though.
Ortiz is doing the right thing. He's got to hold. He's got to hold. He's got to move and clear his head. Adorno's looking for that uppercut again. The shot that caused all the trouble in the first place.
Let's go. Give it clean.
A left hook dropped him in round number 2, and here in the 7th round, we have another protected 8 count in favor of Adorno.
Ortiz isn't doing the wise thing, but you got to respect him fighting back while he's hurt. Not smart, but I respect it.
Adorno seems tired too. Ortiz trying to recover here. Ooh, with those beautiful uppercuts. Ortiz showing the heart of a champion, and Adorno showing the heart of a fighter who knows he's probably down or in a close fight and had to turn it up. Let's listen to his father as he comes back to the corner. Another 10-8 round in favor of Adorno. Take a deep breath, come on. That's it. You did it, you heard him, come on. Take a deep breath. Catch your breath. He wants water.
Left round, guys. Left round. Touch him up.
All right, Dre, this is the punch that changed the round.
Left round. Touch him up.
Adorno's been looking for a big shot all night. He hasn't been willing to let his hands go. and he found it in the form of a left uppercut. Boom. Ortiz made the same mistake he's been making all night, leaning over his feet, over anxious, and Adorno, because he has a lot of experience in the amateurs and the pros, just took advantage of it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hit him right on the button, and Ortiz was really knocked out on his feet. He was frozen on the ropes. He said it was a knockdown even though he didn't go down. That's what the rules say. If the ropes hold you up, right call by the referee.
And you saw Jeremy Adorno, his younger brother, reacting to that moment. So we've got 2 10-8 rounds in favor of Joseph Adorno, but we've had a lot of rounds in favor of Jamaine Ortiz with ring generalship and good combination punching. Did he recover enough to make a run here in round number 8? The judges have a tough job tonight if it gets to that point.
I think Ortiz is back. I think he has his wits about him. I don't think Adorno has recovered. He's still tired. His dad was screaming and yelling in the corner, and he's shaking his head because he's exhausted. If you're Ortiz, you got to try to press the pace right now. You've taken Adorno's best shot. Try to land your own big shot before this fight is over with.
Stop, let go, break, let go, let go, let go. Let's go, Fox.
You can hear the crowd chanting Joseph, Joseph here for Joseph Blessed Hands Adorno. And here you see the uppercuts from Ortiz. He's going to work because he knows he's been dropped twice in this fight. Adorno was able to catch Ortiz when he had his hands down. He lured him in and landed a big left uppercut. How will this last minute and a half play out? It's a small 18 by 18 ring. There's nowhere to run for either of these fighters. That's why they found themselves with their back against the ropes so many times early on in this fight. Ooh, nice combination there from Ortiz. And we just mentioned there's no place to run, and even though Adorno tried to make some space, Dre, the ropes all of a sudden said, you ain't going nowhere.
All Adorno has is to land a big shot. He doesn't have any gas left, and that has to do with his preparation. Lack of dedication. He's not preparing the right way. And unfortunately, his dad is screaming for Adorno to do more, but you can't ask for something that's not there.
He was spent when he went back to the corner after round 7, Dre, and that was after he knocked him down.
And I understand that because he threw a lot of punches, but if you're in tip-top shape, you recover. You have 60 seconds. He still hasn't recovered, and we got 15 seconds left in this fight.
And with Ortiz coming on strong, will it be enough to have dropped him twice for Joseph Adorno to stay unbeaten, or will Jamaine Ortiz continue his undefeated streak? 14-0 for Jamaine Ortiz, 14-0-1 for Joseph Adorno. Jeremy Adorno says, good fight, man, and the crowds reward them with a round of applause. A lot of tension here inside the Silver Spur Arena. Joseph Adorno climbs on the ropes, but Dre, that was a climb where I don't think he knows he's got this.
I don't think either fighter can be confident that they know what the scorecards are right now.
I wouldn't be, because this fight was give and take. It had the ebbs and flows, the body shots from Jamaine Ortiz, the quick flurries, but it was the power of Joseph Adorno which really made a difference in round 2, Dre, the first of 2 official knockdowns.
One fighter outworked the other, and one fighter landed the cleaner, heavier shots, and that was Adorno. See that grazing shot right there that we talked about that threw off the equilibrium and took the legs from Ortiz. And Ortiz just kept pulling forward, throwing punches and bunches, an old boxing cliche, and he outworked Adorno. There's no question about that. But the question is, did the judges like the cleaner, heavier shots of Adorno? Ortiz never backed down. He may even have a broken or fractured nose that didn't detour him. He was hurt several times. He got up, And every time he faced adversity, like right here, when Adorno landed that beautiful shot, he got up and fought harder. And you would think that Adorno would take advantage of that and close out the fight, but it was Ortiz that came back again, and he was the one that had Adorno up against the ropes, landing more shots than Adorno. So that was Ortiz's round. Tremendous resilience from Ortiz tonight.
These are the CompuBox numbers, with Adorno landing 42% of his power punches, but it was actually Ortiz who landed 113, which was more than Adorno landed. 33% for Adorno overall compared to 27% for Jamaine Ortiz. But again, he threw more punches, and Mark Chinook is the only man who knows what the judges have on their scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside Silver Spurs Arena, big round of applause for these two warriors going the distance all 8 rounds. After 8 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Efrain LeBron scores the bout 76-74 Ortiz. Judges Rodolfo Aguilar and Brian Gary both score the bout 75-75, declaring this bout a majority draw.
Despite 2 knockdowns, you mentioned it, Andre, Jamaine Ortiz outworked Joseph Adorno, and even though the crowd's not happy, neither fighter could have said, I've got this in the bank.
No, we talked about that throughout the whole fight. And it may sound weird, but Ortiz, he earned that draw. No fighter wants a draw, and no fighter wants to lose, but everything that he had to overcome, I think he earned that draw, and I want to see more of Ortiz.